So usually in the very first session, we will be having, this is session 3. In the previous weeks, actually, we were discussing the introductory sessions. So in the first session, usually we will be having that interaction between the faculty, mentor, and the students. Get to know each other. Through that introductory session, we will make them understand how this UHV course can help them in their well-being, like addressing their concerns and helping them to achieve their aspirations. That's why in the very first session, we will ask them to prepare a list of achievements and concerns. And the entire content of this UHV module is based on that, addressing the concerns and to make them understand about basic aspiration. So in the previous session, we discussed about basic aspiration. We asked them to uh, discuss about their own aspirations. All the students were having different aspirations. But during the discussion, we saw that our basic aspiration is common for everyone. It is happiness and prosperity in continuity. And also we had given an home assignment related to that. And we also explored 2 questions. In the session, we want to explore the 2 questions. Are happiness and prosperity really our basic aspirations? What is needed to fulfill these aspirations? This is what we are going to discuss in the current session. Happiness and prosperity, is it our real basic aspiration? Because when we discussed about aspiration, especially with the especially to the first year students or anyone, usually they may be having different aspirations, like I want to become an IAS officer, I want to become an engineer, I want to become a scientist. We can listen to many such aspirations. But when we ask them why you want to become this, at the end, we can come to a common answer that we all need happiness. And we will tell them, through the discussion, we will explore this happiness and prosperity. That's our basic aspiration, not the ultimate aspiration. Every moment we all want to be happy. But how can I achieve this happiness every moment? That's what we are going to discuss in this session. And also, we are checking this question: is happiness and prosperity really my basic aspiration? What is needed to fulfill these aspirations? Through this exploration, we will also see what this UHV 1 course is about. It will help to answer the questions like, what are we doing in this course? What do I need to further to fulfill my basic aspiration? Shall we start the session? Am I audible to all of you? Can I get some responses in the chat box? Am I audible? Yes. So let us see the proposal. Actually, whatever we are discussing here in UHV, it is in the form of a proposal. Do not assume it to be true or false. We are discussing many proposals before you. You don't need to assume the proposal true or false. You can verify the proposal on your own right. Actually, this verification and comparison are 2 different things. If you are comparing something, means we will be comparing it with something we had seen, we heard, we read. It's like that. But verification, in the sense, we are verifying by our own experience on the basis of our natural acceptance. So what is this natural acceptance? We all have different acceptances. Like, I may be saying that I like coffee. You may be saying that you like tea. Someone else may be having a different acceptance for a different drink. So these are our acceptances. And with respect to food habits also, we all have different acceptances. With respect to color choices also, we all have different acceptances. I may be saying that I like yellow color. Someone else may be liking red color, black color. So we all have different acceptances based on different conditionings. But what is this natural acceptance? It is something innate within us. All of us have the same acceptance, irrespective of the time, gender, place, age. All of us have the same acceptance. So, what can be that? Let me tell you one example. Do you want to be in relationship or in opposition? If you're getting such a question, what will be your answer? Do you want to be in relationship or in opposition? R or O? Can I get some responses? So what will be the answer? All of us want to be in relationship. Yes. If I ask you the question, do you want to be happy or unhappy? So all of us want to be happy. No one want to be unhappy. All of us want to be healthy or unhealthy. All of us want to be healthy. So there are something within us. So we are getting this answer. Where we are getting this answer? We don't need to refer any book. We don't need to ask someone to get the answers for this question. We are getting this answer within us. It is there within us. So that is what is known as natural acceptance. So whatever proposal we are discussing here, we have to verify the proposal on the basis of natural acceptance. So this way, we will be exploring different proposals throughout this UHV course. First, we need to verify it by natural acceptance. Later, we can experientially validate this proposal. That we'll discuss later. So the purpose is to initiate a dialogue with each one of us. When we think about ourselves, most of the time we are talking to ourselves. What is the content of this conversation within us? Let us explore it. Let us explore the content of conversation. So the purpose of UHV is to initiate an internal dialogue within you. Actually, this internal dialogue is there, and our behavior is on the basis of, it's a reflection of this internal dialogue. Are we able to see that? Our behavior is a reflection of this internal dialogue. If you are worried about something, we may be thinking about that, and we will have a discussion, conversation happening within us regarding these thoughts. It will be reflected in our behavior. But instead, if I am happy with some thoughts, that also will be reflected in my behavior. So we would like to refine this internal dialogue through UHV. We'll explore that. So whatever we are discussing here is in the form of a proposal, and we need to verify it on the basis of natural acceptance. Now let me ask you some questions. Actually, we are discussing about our aspirations. Previous session we discussed about some aspirations of you, and we came to the basic aspiration. Now in the current session, we are checking whether this basic aspiration is happiness and prosperity, continuous happiness and prosperity. So let us explore that. So aspiration is what we want to be, what I want to be. So kindly respond through the chat box so that we can make it as an interactive session and we can move forward. So all of you can respond. Very simple questions. Do I want to be happy? I'm just rephrasing it as I instead of we. So each of us can think about ourselves. Do I want to be happy? Do I want to be prosperous? Do I want the continuity of happiness and prosperity? What's our answer? Do I want to be happy? Yes. Yes. All of us want to be happy. Do I want to be prosperous? Yes. All of us want to be prosperous. Do I want the continuity of happiness and prosperity? That also, yes. Without a second thought, all of us are able to see that we need this continuity of happiness and prosperity. But what is our state of being? Let us check that. We have a set of questions on the right side also. What we are, state of being, my current state. Am I happy? Am I prosperous? Is there a continuity of my happiness and prosperity? What do you think about this? Left hand side, it was very easy. All our answers were same only. Yes, yes, yes. But when I asked about the right hand side, what are the answers? Am I happy? Answer is different. Answer can be different for different people. If I ask about myself, yes, I can see that I am happy. But if I ask about someone else, he or she may be saying that now I am not happy. So the answers are different. Am I prosperous? So there also I can see that the answers are different. So it is different from what I want to be and what is my state of being. When I ask this question, is there a continuity of happiness and prosperity in my life? I am happy and I am prosperous now. But when I asked about this continuity of happiness and prosperity, I can say that sometimes happy, sometimes unhappy. Is it true for you? Are you able to see this continuity of happiness and prosperity in your life? Can I get some responses? Is it true for you? Sometimes happy, sometimes unhappy? Or are you able to say that continuity is there? Kindly respond through the chat box. So, aspiration is yes, same for everyone. But when I ask about my current state, when we ask about our current state, our state of being, what I am, what we are, answers are different. I want to be happy and prosperous all the time. But my current state, sometimes happy, sometimes unhappy. Why this difference is there? What can be the reason? What do you think about this? Is it same for you? What I want to be and my state of being are different. There is a gap. Why this gap? Between our aspirations and our state of being, between what we really want to be and what we are. Are we able to see this gap? If we think about our childhood onwards, when we were small children, most of the time we were happy. But when we think about our present state, most of the time we are unhappy. Why it is like that? We have grown up. We have understood about many things, but we are unhappy. Children, young age, we were very happy. What can be the reason? Are we doing anything to fill up this gap? Is it getting filled up or getting wider? When I was a child, I was more happy. Now in this age, I'm not able to see that happiness. What it means? The gap is getting wider or the gap is getting filled up. I have learned many things through education. I have many experiences throughout all these ages. But I'm unhappy. So, what is the role of education? Should education help us to bridge this gap? We learned many things, we understood many things, we have many experiences about our life. So, what it means? Should education help us to bridge this gap? What do you think about this? We will explore into this. When I was a child, I was more happy because I was not aware about anything. Can it be the reason? But now, in this age of 50s, 40s, 30s, 20s, I'm unhappy. I learned many things. I have many experiences about life. What can be the reason? So, what is the role of education? We will explore into this. And if you want to say anything, you can raise your hand. You can uh, reply through you can write your responses through the chat box so that we can make it as an interactive session. I can see they are in the meet most of the most of your teachers. So when we discuss this content with the students, we have to make it as an interactive session. Then only students will be able to explore more about the content. Yes. So we will explore this question. How can we bridge this gap? Or what is the role of education in reducing this gap? So, what I want to be is I want to have this happiness and prosperity in continuity. But I was able to see that, I am able to see that, sorry, I'm not able to have this continuity of happiness and prosperity. So, what about my effort? Is our effort for continuity of happiness and prosperity? Do we want to check this question? I'm taking many efforts. I'm studying, I'm working, I'm interacting with many people. So many efforts. I'm attending conferences, I'm attending workshops, I'm playing games. Many activities are there in my life. So, is my effort, is it for the continuity of happiness and prosperity or only for earning money, ensuring physical facility and its accumulation? So, what do you think about yourself? You just think about yourself and accordingly you can answer. If you think that your effort is for continuity of happiness and prosperity, whatever you are doing, you are working in an institution, you are teaching the students, you are with your family members, you have many activities outside your institution and outside your family in the society. So, whatever I do, it is for continuity of my happiness and prosperity, or only for earning money, ensuring physical facility and its accumulation. A or B. So, what is your response? Kindly respond. A or B. If you think that all my efforts are only for continuity of happiness and prosperity, you can respond as A. And if you think that I am doing many things, it's only for earning money, ensuring physical facility and accumulation, you can respond as B. Can I get some responses through the chat box? So, what do you think about this? Let me elaborate more about this. If you think that I'm with my family, I'm very happy, you just think about the content of your conversation when the family members are together. Are we talking about any financial matters most of the time? Where to invest? How can I increase my earnings? How can I reduce my expenses? So, where to get loan, or where I can get more returns from the investments? Is it like that, or more about relationships? Then you can get an answer to this question. The efforts, whatever I am doing when I am interacting with my family members, is it with a feeling of relationship, or I'm focusing more on physical facility side? And my other efforts I'm working, is it only for getting money, or I'm getting happiness out of it? What I want to be is, I want to be happy and prosperous. I want that continuity of happiness and prosperity. But my current state, when I explored that, I was able to see that in my current state, I'm not able to get that continuity of happiness and prosperity. We are actually evaluating this gap, why this gap is existing. That's why we are checking about our efforts. So what can be the reason? Are we focusing more on physical facility, or we are doing something other than that? How we assume that happiness and prosperity will be ensured when we have enough physical facility? Every day, Monday to Friday, I'm working in an institution. I'm earning money so that I will be able to help my family members to meet their needs, to fulfill their wishes, whatever they need. I can provide them if I have enough physical facility. Have I assumed that happiness and prosperity will be ensured when I have enough physical facility? What efforts are we taking other than accumulation of physical facility? We just think that Monday to Friday I'm working very hectic job, and Saturday, Sunday, weekends, going outside with family for entertainments. Do we think that we are getting happiness out of it? During our work, we are getting happiness. How will we be able to ensure this happiness? We need physical facility. How much physical facility is required, that we'll explore. But we assumed that happiness and prosperity will be ensured when we have enough physical facility. We need to explore this question. Let us see that. Physical facility is necessary, but only physical facility, or we need more than that? We need food, we need shelter, we need clothing. All these physical facilities are required. But do we need something other than that? What do you think about this? When we observe animals, for example, a cow, when it is getting enough grass, after getting the stomach full of grass, it may be taking rest somewhere. If it's able to get a shelter to protect it from rain, sunlight, comfortably, it will be there some taking rest. We can see that. We can observe the animals. When they get physical facilities, they are comfortable. But what about the human beings? Do you think that our children, they are happy when they get physical facility? Do they need something more? Or what about ourselves? Only because I am getting enough food, I am getting everything, all the physical facilities, clothing, shelter, new gadgets, whatever I need, am I able to remain happy? What else? We can make a list. Are we able to see that relationship is also required other than physical facilities? We can see that in most of the families. Problems are there in many families, but mostly the problems are due to lack of relationship or lack of physical facilities. What do you think about this? Lack of relationship problems in families can be due to lack of physical facilities, or it can be due to lack of relationship. But what can be the reason for major issue? Is it lack of relationship or lack of physical facilities? Anyway, we can explore it. Most of us are able to see that even though the physical facility, we need physical facility, but if we have a feeling of relationship with each other, we will be able to share the physical facilities. Are we able to see that? We may have recognized the need of this relationship, but then also we can see that there are issues in the family. We do get into arguments, oppositions, fights, even in the family, with close friends, with colleagues at work, in the marketplace. Why it is happening? Every time we have a fight, we want to resolve it. We say sorry, patch up, and promise no to fight in future. But what happens again? Same kind of fight is repeating. What can be the reason? What can be the reason for that? What do you think about this? Fight can be there with your spouse, with your children, with your siblings. We don't want to continue that fight. We don't want to happen it again. But the fight does happen again, take place once again. Why? We may be thinking that we are right. Whatever I am doing is right. The other person is wrong. We want the other to improve, but the other want me to improve. Are we able to see this? I may think that I am right. Whatever I said is right. Why she was saying that, or why he was saying that. He want to improve. I am right. I am special. Are we able to see this? Why it is happening? Incidences of reaction, not speaking to the other, arguments, debates, divorces. We can see around us. Number increasing or decreasing? Sorry. What do you think about this? If you observe our close relationships in the family, with friends, in the workplace, in the society, we can see many issues related to relationships. Is it increasing or decreasing? In spite of our acceptance for relationship, we know the importance. Very sure that relationship is important for all of us. We are able to see that physical facility is required. Relationship is required, but problems are more due to lack of relationship. But in spite of our acceptance for relationship, why it is happening? What do you think about this? What can be the reason? Can I get some responses in the chat box? What can be the reason? We may be saying that lack of communication, lack of understanding. When we discuss the content with the students, we can get many similar responses. Sorry. So, what do you think about this? Lack of understanding. Right understanding is required. Right understanding is also essential for human being. For fulfillment in relationship, it is necessary to have right understanding about the relationship. It is also necessary. We are able to see that physical facility is required, relationship is required, both are required. But then also we can see that there are issues in the family, there are problems in the society, there are many divorces happening in the neighborhood, arguments happening about the between the family members. What can be the reason? Lack of right understanding. So right understanding is also necessary for human being. Are we able to see this? So the proposal is three things are required for human being to be fulfilled. So this is the proposal. Right understanding in the self, relationship with other human beings, physical facility with rest of the nature. We were exploring the question, what I want to be and what is my state of being are different. I want to have that continuity of happiness and prosperity. But I am not able to see this continuity of happiness and prosperity in my life. Sometimes happy and sometimes unhappy. So, what can be the reason? When I explored that question, I was able to see that right understanding is required, relationship is required, physical facility is required. What do you think about this proposal? This is a proposal only. Three things are required for human being to be fulfilled. Are all three required? Is something redundant? Is anything more required? So what's your answer? We need all three? Kindly respond. Do we need all three? Right understanding, relationship, physical facility, or uh, we can eliminate any of them. So what do you think about this? Do we need all three? Right understanding in the self, relationship with other human beings, physical facility with the rest of the nature. So what's your opinion? Yes, we need all three. Let us explore it. Those who think um, maybe having some doubts about this, you can keep it open. We will explore it. But are we working for all three? If I'm able to see that right understanding is required, relationship with other human beings is required, physical facility with rest of the nature is required. Am I working for all three? So we can explore it. Requirement to fulfill basic aspiration. What about the priority order? Right understanding in the self as the first priority, relationship with other human beings as the second priority. It can ensure mutual happiness. If I have the right understanding in the self, I may be able to ensure the right feelings within me. If I have the right feelings, I can share it with other human beings during my interactions with others. Right feelings, right trust, respect, care, guidance, reverence, glory. All these are right feelings. With right understanding, I can ensure the right feelings and I can share with others in my interactions with other human beings. So it will lead to mutual happiness. Are you able to see this? You just imagine your situation when you are with your family members. You have all the physical facilities, but without right understanding, will you be able to remain in harmony? Let me tell you one example here. Like if you have a TV in your home, only one TV. So what we will be doing? All the family members are sitting watching the TV, but if they have different interests, father want to see the news, mother want to see something else, children want to see watch the sports channel or something else. So what will happen? If there is a feeling of relationship, all of them may be able to decide when I can watch the TV, or I can either they will be able to sit together and watch the TV, or they don't need to watch the TV. Even sometimes they can have some conversations. But if they think that physical facility can solve this issue, one person, each TV in each room, so what will happen? They will try for acquiring more and more physical facility, earning more and more money so that they can increase the physical facility to solve the issue. But is the issue is only with respect to physical facility, or is the issue is with the lack of relationship? Are we able to see the situation? If we have relationship among the family members, we will be able to share the things. Whatever I am having, I will be able to share with others with right understanding. But instead, if there is really lack of relationship, I may think that with more and more physical facility, I can get happiness. Are we able to see this? So, right understanding is required for ensuring this relationship within me. Then I'll be able to share with others. It can lead to mutual happiness. So, the same way, right understanding in the self, I will be able to see that how much physical facility is required. Then I won't exploit the nature. I will be working for acquiring the physical facility required for my living. I won't be exploiting the nature. So, with right understanding, I can assure the continuity of physical facility. I can assure the right skills. I can acquire the right skills for assuring the physical facility. And I can also assess how much quantity of physical facility is required and what type of physical facility is required. This way, it will lead to mutual prosperity. So this is the requirement to fulfill basic human aspiration. Any questions? Any reflections? Anyone want to share anything? And if you want to share anything, you can raise your hand, or I can also provide you the mic. If you want to speak, if something, I can provide you the mic. When we share the content with the students, we need to make it as an interactive session. Otherwise, they won't. We won't be able to help them in exploring the content. So we also can explore it by making it as an interactive session. Kindly share your responses when we are discussing the content. I think I have provided the mic to many of you. So if you want to say something, you can unmute your mic and speak. So this is the desirable requirement to fulfill the basic human aspiration. Rights understanding in the self as the first priority, relationship with the human being as the second priority, physical facility with rest of the nature as the third priority. This is for ensuring the continuity of happiness and full prosperity, which is the basic human aspiration. But what is the current state? Actually, we are exploring that gap. Current state, I am not happy and I am not prosperous. Sometimes happy, sometimes unhappy. Why it is happening? Right understanding is missing. Relationship with other human beings is missing. So, what is the result? Unhappiness, making others unhappy. I am not able to ensure these right feelings within me. If I'm not having the feeling, then how I'll be able to share it with others? If I have something with me, then only I can share it with others. Without having the right feelings, how I can share with others? Right understanding is lacking, right feeling is lacking. So what will happen? I'm unhappy, I'm frustrated. It will be reflected in my interaction with others. So I'll make others also unhappy. Every time I'm running behind something to accumulate the physical facility, because I have this gross misunderstanding. I need to acquire more and more physical facility to make me happy. So what will happen? Lack of right understanding. That's why I'm not able to see that how much physical facility is required. So I always will have a feeling of deprivation, not having enough, exploiting others, depriving others, no prosperity. Is this the current state? Are you able to see the difference? Desirable state is I want to be happy and prosperous in continuity. But current state, lack of right understanding, lack of relationship, only focus is on physical facility. So what is the result? Unhappiness, deprivation. Are we able to see this? So let me ask you this question. Do you think that we need a transformation, holistic development from the current state where we are? That's the current state. To desirable state, fulfilling state. where I want to be, continuous happiness and prosperity. Do we need this transformation? Can I get some responses related to the content, related to this question? Do we need this transformation from this current state, unhappiness, deprivation, to a state of continuous happiness and prosperity? All of us may be in different positions of these arrows. Someone may be here, someone may be here, on different positions. Maybe in the stage of transformation. That's why we are attending the sessions like this. We have learned something, so we want to transform. So, what about these questions? Where do you want to be? On the left or on the right? Is this transformation desirable to you? What's your answer? Do you think that this transformation is desirable? Do you need to make effort for this transformation? If you think that this transformation is desirable to me, do I want to make any effort for this transformation? Do you need a holistic perspective to make this effort? What do you think about this? Should education help you to make this effort? What is your opinion? We think that we'll get everything from education. So, do we need to get this transformation through our education? What is your opinion? Anyway, all of us are able to see that we need this transformation. We have to make effort for this transformation. We need a holistic perspective to make the effort. And our education also need to help us in this effort for transformation. Transformation from the current state to desirable state. So let us conclude this here. Our purpose of UHV 1. This is the introductory UHV workshop. This introductory workshop is to get a feel for the need to develop a holistic, humane world vision, a holistic perspective. Holistic means we include all three and in the full expense of our real life. All three means physical facility, relationship, right understanding. In different levels, I myself as an individual. So, in my individual as a human being, our family, friends, classmates, seniors, teachers, among our relationships, our society, including the workplace, our natural environment. In this context, we will have the course UHV2 in the next semester for understanding harmony and ethical human conduct in more detail. It will further help us to develop a holistic and humane world vision and live a fulfilling life. So there was a poll also for the student. Let us see the home assignment. So in the previous session, we were asking the students to prepare a list of their aspirations, concerns. So now we can ask them to find out what is needed to fulfill your aspirations and concern and addressing the concerns. Right understanding, relationship, physical facility. So we can ask them to make a list of, take the previous list and make a table, one column for right understanding, one column for relationship, and one column for physical facility. So if they are writing something about their aspiration, if they're saying that I want to become a rich person, So what is the purpose? Want to earn money. So is it for physical facilities? They want to earn physical facilities. Then they can mark it under physical facilities. Right understanding, relationship. So we can ask them to group the aspirations under right understanding, relationship, and aspirations. And also find out how much time and effort you put in every day in these three areas. So this way we can ask them to, yeah, understanding it's for physical facility. Name attention. It can be for a relationship, it can be for physical facility, it can be for uh, name, fame, and attention. Actually, we are expecting feelings from others. So that also we can ask them to prepare this. And with respect to their efforts, we can ask them to make arrange each their schedule under each of these categories. Yes. We will continue the session next Wednesday. Thank you all for patient listening. But I was expecting some interactions also. If we can make this as an interactive session, it would be very useful for both of us. Yes. Thank you all. Thank you very much. Namaste. We can close the session. Thank you. Namaste to all. We will meet next Wednesday, same time, 7:30. Thank you very much.